In this tutorial, the animation of the ornaments of the skull in After Effects. We make the bevel of the letter in Cinema 4D, and we will complete the compositing in After Effects. Open Cinema 4D, and we set the parameters of our document. 24 frames per second, and length 100 frames. (1920 to 800). QuickTime with alpha channel active, and anti-aliasing on best. Let's go in front view in the edit menu, select configure. In the back panel, we import our reference. Set the value 1920, and reproduce the outlines of the logo. To disable the grid, go to the Filter panel, and disable the grid. We use the 2D drawing tools of Cinema 4D, Bezier. This tool is similar to the tool in Illustrator. Disable the Z-axis lock and trace the outline of the letter. To close the path, go to the Object panel, and activate Cloud Splines. Another possibility is to use the Text tool, letter by letter, using the font pieces of 8. This font is very similar to the logo, but you have to convert it into a spline to fit the points with the correct form. We repeat this procedure for all the letters. For the subtitle, we apply the same technique, using the Book Antiqua font. Disable the background. Convert the subtitle to spline, and we add the suffix clean. Duplicate and rename roughness. This will help us to get a rough contours. To achieve this, we need to work on the outline of each letter. Making many subdivisions, and moving all subdivided points. To complete the logo, we trace the text of the OK, this is our logo. Save our project with the suffix start. Apply on the logo, extrude NURBS. Hierarchical additive. Depth 1. Fillet cup start, with radius 3. This is the profile. Rename logo chrome front. An important detail in the pairs of letters are A, EA. You have to move backwards, the letter A. Duplicate the logo and rename red logo behind. Insert two materials, as reference, one for red and one for chrome. Move the red logo, with Y, -3.6. Z, 8. Apply extrusion on the letters of the depth 1 and fillet cup start with radius 1. Duplicate and rename the red behind. In the coordinates panel, insert -12.4 and 1. View the result. Finally, insert the extrude in the subtitle. Depth 0.1. Fillet start cup 0.5. We apply the extrude also on the logo roughness, with depth 7. And in the coordinates panel, insert on Z, the value 0.25. OK. Save the project with the suffix bevel. Insert a camera, with Z value, -1920. Let's go to frame 26, and insert a Khai frame on Y, Z. Let's go to frame 20 and insert the values, -45, 55. Finally, in frame 100, insert on Z, the value -1850. Improve the movement with the F-curves, and we set them on linear. OK. Perfect. Save the project with the suffix animation. Open the file Material C4D. This file has the same materials used on Harry Potter, with some modifications. I disabled the noise, and I applied a bump, using the Marmorino texture. Delete reference materials, and apply new materials to our project. Follow me on video. As in the previous tutorial, when you use a sky with HDRI texture, the lights must have very high intensity, and the correct distance. View in detail how work the materials. To improve the impact of the logo, go to the frame 0, and apply the preset. This preset has an exposure effect and Triton effect. With the Matone channel animated. Finally, a gradient layer style, which is necessary to improve the effect of light and shade of the logo. If we disable the gradient, we can see the exposure and Triton effect. The exposure makes the logo more brilliant. Finally, the gradient, with opacity 33 to 100, improves the light and shadow effect during the animation, and enhance the bump. Edit the white with gray to 233. And black color, 80, 92, 98. We set an overlay mode. Wow! We apply the preset of logo red from frame 0. This preset has a gradient, which makes darker than the top of logo at the end of the animation. And a shadow effect. Finally, we apply the preset of the subtitle. This preset is the same as the logo chrome, with the addition of a shadow. This is the result of our logo. We complete the logo with a lens flare. Insert a solid object. Go to the frame 23, and apply the optical flares preset. We put it in add mode. This preset uses the basic elements of the optical flares. You can change it however you like. Insert the depth skull base under the logo. In frame 8, insert a reference marker. This will serve to properly position the layer depth skull animation. Disable the skull mask layer. As we can see, the skull has a faster animation. To synchronize our ornaments, go in the frame 0 and apply the preset skull vibra. This preset has an animation of vibration. Within depth skull animation, we make all layers 3D. Positions on each layer, the correct anchor pivot. Follow the steps on video. Okay, let's proceed with the animation of earring hair DX layer. In frame 9, insert the first Khai frame. Let's go to frame 19 and insert 27, 355. In frame 31, insert 345, 1. In frame 45, change the value from 1 to 4. Finally, we modify all values to 0. View the result. As we can see, the effect is not realistic. To improve it, apply a mask. Using the skull mask layer, drag it over the layer just animated and apply track matte, alpha inverted. Okay. Perfect. Follow on video the animation scheme for all the other ornaments of the skull. Obviously you can change the animation as you like. In this layer, we must correct the position, to make more visible the object during the swing. We modify the Z position to -100. Y to 388. X to 600. View the result. Also in this layer, we modify the position coordinates. Z, -100. Y 377. X 593.5. We apply the track matte technique, even on the hair earring SX layer, using the big pendant layer. To make more realistic the swing effect, can be applied the swing animation also in the lower part of the big pendant. We'll see after the animation details. View the result of our animation. OK. To make brighter the big pendant, we apply an effect exposure, with a value of 0.9. We improve the animation of the skull by inserting the last preset. Let's go to frame 0, and apply the start radial blur presets. This preset creates a zoom blur effect on the skull. As I said earlier, we see the animation of the lower part of the big pendant. Make the layer a pre-compose. Inside, using masks, I separated the pendants. After I animated them, you can animate them as you like. Using this technique, you can split the various objects, establish a hierarchy of movement, and create complex animations with simple steps. Rename our composition preview, and proceed with the final rendering. This is the result of our work. Very cool. Well, I remind you the next appointment for the realization of the movie titled Cars 2.
Cars 2.
Another very interesting animation. I hope this tutorial has been to your liking.